Hi, and thank you for joining me. My name is Mary. Welcome to your practice. Today, I'm going to offer a practice that helps cultivate self-compassion. Oftentimes, we get overwhelmed, spreading ourselves too thin, and when we're in that state, it can lead to frustration, maybe anger. So we're going to take some time today to build the seeds of compassion from within. Let's begin. Come to your mat. Let's start in a seated position. And you could sit in a chair if that's comfortable, maybe cross-legged, but whatever seat you choose, sit up tall. So really find length along your spine. Draw your shoulder blades back. And we'll begin with just a gentle neck stretch. So bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Just slowly feeling the tension, letting go. A lot of times when we're stressed or overwhelmed, the stress seems to build up in the neck and shoulder area. So let's let that stress go. When you're ready to take a breath in, let your head rise up, and we're going to go right over to the right side. So still remaining tall with your spine, shoulders down and back. You could even bring your hands down beside you, palm side down. Notice where your breath is. See if you can lengthen your inhales and your exhales, feeling a smooth, continuous breath. And when you take a breath in, let your head come up. And then next, we're just going to bring chin towards chest. So stretching out that area in your upper spine, another area that also holds tension and stress. And then you can rise up. So bring your hands in front of you and bring your pinkies together and your thumbs together. So you'll have this shape. It's a lotus mudra. So a mudra is just a shape you do with your hands. And we're going to use this shape throughout practice. Begin by bringing your thumbs right to your heart. And we'll think about this as growing compassion from the area of our heart and spreading out. So the lotus flower grows in mucky, muddy waters and sprouts into this beautiful, perfect flower. So you can think about some of those emotions when we're overwhelmed. Anger, frustration is kind of the muck. So bringing this beautiful self-compassion out of the muck. So come to your hands and knees. We'll begin on all fours. So spread your fingers wide with your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees will be about hip width distance apart or a distance that feels comfortable to you. And just begin to move from side to side first. Maybe just scoping out any areas that feel stiff or creaky. Just tuning into you. You could continue to move from side to side. Maybe moving forward and backward feels good, sinking towards child's pose. And then just moving in a way that feels good to you, meaning finding areas that need attention. So if you need a little bit more attention in one area, take that time. And then you can continue to move in a way that feels good, or we'll start doing cat-cow. So bring your chest forward and your tailbone up as you breathe in. And then exhale, bring your chin towards your chest, tuck in your tailbone, and give a big arch to your spine as you exhale. Breathing in, shining your heart forward, tailbone up. Exhale, arching your spine, chin towards chest. And then moving with your own breath or finding any movements that your body needs right now in this time, in this moment. Come to stillness in all fours. Put a little bit of extra weight on your index finger and thumb. Curl your toes. Bring your hips up, but keep your knees very bent. Let your neck relax. And begin to pedal your feet. So bring one heel towards the ground while the other rises. And then switch sides. And control your movement, linking it with your breath. So exhaling and inhaling. Sometimes we're in that state of overwhelm. We begin to do everything fast. So let's see if we can slow down. Be here now. Now walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift with your hands on your shins or your thighs. Really straight spine, finding extension along your spine, the crown of your head extending forward. Now forward fold with your knees bent a lot. Let your neck relax. You could tense your fingers alongside your body, or you could hold on to opposite elbows. Maybe finding a little sway from side to side. Once again, searching out any areas that require a little bit of extra attention and sending compassion to those areas. So slowly rise up. Bring your arms out and up to the sky. And as you bring your hands to your heart, make that flower lotus mudra. And we'll be standing in Tadasana just for a moment. Let your knees soften, your feet grounded into the earth. And feel that compassion radiating from your heart, building the seeds, planting the seeds from within. Now take a full deep breath in, arms out and up, stretching, reaching, extending. Hinge and forward fold, bringing your hands through your heart center. Tense your fingers, step your right foot back into low lunge, shining your heart forward. Plant your hands, step your left foot back into downward dog. Let your neck relax. Breathe in, come to all fours. Exhale, sink into child's pose. Take a breath in, come to all fours. Curl your toes, bring your hips high and back to downward dog. Look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold, bent knees. Press into the earth to rise up, arms out and up. And then bring your hands to your heart in Lotus Mudra. Let's do the other side. Take a full breath in. Hinge and forward fold. Tense your fingers. Step your left foot back into a low lunge. Long spine, heart forward. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back into downward dog. Breathe in. Come to all fours. Exhale, sink into child's pose. Take a breath in as you rise to all four. Curl your toes, bring your hips high and back to downward dog. Let your hips rise up to the sky. Bring your heels towards the earth, feeling the length and extension along the back of your legs. Let your neck relax. Feel the length in your arms as you draw your chest towards your thighs. Look to your hands. Walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold. Press into the earth to rise up. And bring your hands to your heart in Lotus Mudra. Take a moment to feel the sensations of your body. Maybe feeling a little calmer, slowing down, being here. Take a breath in, arms out and up. Hinge and fold, tense your fingers. Step your right foot back into low lunge. Now listen, step your left foot back into plank or plank on knees. Find what feels good for you. Now lower all the way to your belly, squeezing your sides as you lower. Rest your forehead on the ground, tops of your feet on the earth, your hands right alongside you, chest level. When you're ready to take a breath in, rise up, bringing your heart forward. Draw your shoulder blades back. Careful not to crane your neck, maybe looking just at a point slightly in front of you. And lower down. We'll do that 2 more times with breath. As you take a breath in, bring your chest and heart forward, shoulders down and back, feeling the sensation of your muscles working in your back. And lower down. One more time, breath in, rise up. Exhale, down. Now, press into all fours, curl your toes, bring your hips high and back to downward dog. Look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold, press into the earth to rise up, and draw your hands into Lotus Mudra at your heart. Let's go to the other side, arms out and up. Hinge and fold, tense your fingers. This time step your left foot back into lower lunge. Plant your hands, step your right foot back into plank. Lower all the way down, squeezing your sides as you lower. This time we're going to rise up to baby cobra, but we're going to hold it. But don't hold your breath. So breathe as you hold the pose. Pressing feet into the earth. Perhaps bringing your hands slightly off the ground, letting the muscles of your back do all the heavy lifting. Lower down. Press into the ground as you rise up to all fours and then all the way to downward dog. Look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold. Press into the ground to rise up, arms out and up. And then bring your hands into Lotus Mudra. And come into a Tadasana-like stance. So really grounding your feet into the earth. Slight bend to your knees, shoulders back. Take a moment to see where you are. Feel the sensations of your body. Notice your breath. Be here now. Okay, bring your hands down. We're going to step our left foot back, coming into a warrior one-like stance. So your hips and chest are forward, front knee bent, back leg straight, the knife edge of your left foot really grounding into the earth. You might need to widen your stance, maybe bring your back foot up. Find a position where you have a nice solid base. We're going to be staying here for a little bit. So once you've found your base, come into that mudra, the Lotus Mudra, and really sink in. And start to feel the sensations of the strength and power in your legs. So feeling the muscles working. And notice where your thoughts go as your body is working. You can always come out of the pose if it's too much. You decide what's best for you. So we'll take a breath or two here. You can stay here, or you could bring your hands up, still holding the mudra, but drawing your shoulders down. So reaching your hands up, but keeping your shoulders like they're in their socket, maybe gazing up. Now bring your hands to your hip. We're going to launch off our back foot. So bring your foot on the balls of your foot and step up. And then bring your left knee up. So we'll be standing in this balance pose. So find a nice tall standing position. You could stay here. You could bring your hands to your heart in Lotus Mudra. Perhaps bringing your hands up to the sky and having compassion for yourself if you wobble. And knowing it's okay to wobble and stumble. You don't have to be perfect. And come down. Take a full breath in. And then bring your hands to Lotus Mudra and then down by your sides. Now this time we're going to step our right foot back, once again into a warrior one-like position. Find your footing, find your balance, and once you've settled in, really settle in. You might notice a few things. See if you can press your back foot into the earth. That really fires the muscles in your back leg, giving you more support. Notice where your knee is tracking. Sometimes there's a tendency for the knee to fold in. See if you can just press your knee so that it's just about aligned with the middle toe of your foot. So once you've found an alignment that feels good for you, you could keep your hands at your heart, or perhaps reach your hands up ahead, maybe gazing up. And bringing awareness to your breath. Notice if you're holding your breath. See if you can find a smoothness in your inhales and exhales as you breathe through your nose. Bring your hands down, come onto the ball of your back foot. Launch yourself up with your right knee coming up into a balance pose. Standing tall, shoulders down and back. You could have Lotus Mudra at your heart or perhaps overhead. And you might find that one of your feet is easier to balance on. I always find my left foot is easier for me, but it may be different for each individual or even different for you on each day. So just honor those differences and notice. No judgment. And then you can come down. We'll take a freedom breath here. Arms out and up, reaching, extending, maybe even standing on your tippy toes to reach a little bit further. And then come on down. So next we're going to, let's take a breath up, forward fold, come onto your hands and knees, and sink into child's pose. And then press up into all fours, and we're going to come all the way to our bellies. So begin by resting your forehead on the tops of your hands. And just take a moment here to settle in. Bring your hands alongside your body, rest your forehead on the mat. You could have your palms down or up. So maybe play around with that and see what feels best for you. And we're going to begin by pressing our feet into the earth and then bringing our arms and chest up off the ground, drawing shoulder blades back, looking down at the earth. So a straight, long spine, stretching the crown of your head forward and lower down. Now we're going to lift our legs up so your upper body will stay planted into the earth. So when you're ready to take a breath in, lift your feet up. And lower down. Now bring your everything up as you take an inhale, your chest and legs and arms, drawing shoulder blades back. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. So feeling all of the muscles of your back engaged. And lower down. Bring your hands alongside your chest, press into all fours, and sink into child's pose. Maybe stretching your arms forward if that feels good. Maybe bringing your arms alongside your body. Press up into all fours and then find your way to a seat. So bring your legs out in front of you. Place your hands palm side down next to your bum. And just extend your arms, pressing into the earth like you're lifting up your bum. And release. Now bring your right knee up so your right foot will be planted on the ground. You can have your right foot either on the inside of your left leg or the outside. So play around with what feels good to you. Bring your right arm up to the sky and then place your right hand behind you and twist to the right. You could have your left hand on your right knee or left elbow on right knee. So what you're looking for is finding length in your spine, so sitting up straight, and feel like you're sitting evenly on both sitting bones. So if you find that you're twisting and your one butt cheek lifts up, untwist a little bit to find that evenness and stability in your seat. Come back to center. And we'll come into a bent knee, forward fold. So bend your knees and just fold over so your chest rests on your thighs. Let your neck relax. Come back to a seated position with your legs out in front of you. Once again, press your hands into the earth, almost like you're lifting your butt off the earth. Tall spine. And release. Bring your left knee up. Place your left foot on the inside or outside of your right leg. Sit up tall. Bring your left hand behind you, twisting to the left. Placing your right hand on left knee or right elbow on left knee. And moving it to a point where you feel a stretch but not overdoing it. Finding that evenness on your seat, the weight evenly distributed. And then come back to center. Bend your knees and forward fold. Maybe stretching your arms forward, feeling the openness in your upper back, kind of like the opposite side of your heart. So opening the back side of your heart. And then rise up and we'll come to our backs. Lower down. Have your knees up so your feet will be planted in the ground. Press the backs of your arms into the earth. Press your feet into the earth and rise up into bridge pose. Notice if you're really clenching your butt muscles. See if you can relax those. Let the muscles in the back of your legs do a little bit more work. Notice where your breath is. And lower down. We'll do that one more time. When you're ready to take a breath in, rise up. And lower down. Bring your feet off the mat, place your hands on your knees, and rock from side to side. Now as you're ready to exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Breathe in, move your knees away from your chest, straightening your arms. Exhale, knees to chest. Breathing in, knees away. And just moving with your own breath. We'll do a couple of rounds. Take a full body stretch and then come into your resting position. So that could be Shavasana with your arms by your sides, not touching, legs in a slight V. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, find a position where you can come to stillness for our last bit of class. So feel yourself settling into your mat. Noticing if you're holding tension in any parts of your body, and seeing if you can let go. Notice your breath, where it's at, the quality, the length of your inhales and exhales. Maybe counting how long it takes to inhale and how long it takes to exhale. Just using that counting to bring you into the present. So we talked a little bit about sprouting compassion from within, self-compassion. So once you've cultivated this self-compassion, that allows you to spread your life force and your joy to others. So we always need to begin inside first. So we'll do a loving kindness meditation to help sprout that compassion. So say to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. Now call to mind a loved one and say to this person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the joy of being alive. Now consider a neutral person, maybe somebody that's an acquaintance, somebody you don't know very well, and say to this person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now call to mind somebody you perhaps have had a difficult relationship with. Perhaps it's someone that you don't feel sympathy for or compassion for. See if it's possible for you to let go of feelings of resentment and dislike for this person. Reminding yourself to see this person as a whole being, deserving of love and kindness, as someone who might be feeling pain and anxiety, someone who may be suffering. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now consider everyone on this entire planet. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken and be free. May all beings be happy. Now come back to yourself. You've extended the kindness, and remember once again to extend that kindness to yourself. Take a few moments to bask in loving kindness. Feel your breath begin to deepen. As you breathe in oxygen and energy, you might feel some movement in your fingers and your toes. And as you continue to lengthen your breath, perhaps feeling energy moving your arms and your legs, finding movements that feel right for you right now. Roll on to a side that's calling you, using the arm of that side to lend itself as a pillow to support your head. Take a moment here in gratitude, taking time to give yourself compassion, to slow down. And when you're ready, press yourself up into a seated position. Once again, draw your hands into Lotus Mudra, bringing your thumbs right to your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste.